You know, we're always told that competition is what drives us forward. But what if that's just wrong? What if the real key to a better world isn't about winning, but about working together? Today, we're going to dive into a pretty radical blueprint for an economy that's built on one powerful, simple idea: cooperation.
It all really starts with this simple truth. At our core, we are social creatures. The source material makes it clear that we're all part of this giant interconnected web. I mean, think about it. Our greatest achievements have always been team efforts.
And it's true, right? Even something as simple as getting water from a well, that needs someone who made the rope, someone who made the bucket, and someone who forged the metal parts. Nobody really does anything big alone. From the smallest tasks to building entire civilizations, we've always been better together. It's a fundamental fact of life. So that's the big what if, isn't it? If we're so naturally wired to cooperate, why isn't our entire economy built that way? What would our world actually look like if we put that principle at the very center of everything?
Okay, so before we can build something new, we've got to take a hard look at what's not working with the current setup. And the central argument here is that while we do work together today, the way we're doing it is fundamentally broken.
So let's define our terms. What are we really talking about when we say cooperation? According to this source, it's not just teamwork. It's a collective effort where everybody has equal rights, equal respect, and an equal say. It's a partnership of equals. Just keep that idea locked in your head.
And this right here is the absolute key distinction. The argument is that our current systems run on what's called subordinated cooperation. Think of it like a classic top-down boss-employee relationship. The alternative is coordinated cooperation, a true partnership built for everyone's benefit. One is command and control, the other is all about collaboration.
Now here's the kicker. This analysis looks at both capitalist systems and state-run commune systems, and it says they both fall into the same trap. They both rely on that flawed top-down model. And the result? Well, one system can lead to exploitation, while the other can end up crushing individual creativity. Either way, it's argued, the whole of society ends up paying the price.
All right, so if the old models have these deep flaws, what's the alternative? This is where the cooperative model comes in. It's the real-world application of that coordinated cooperation we were just talking about. This is the proposed solution.
But for this to actually work, it needs a rock-solid foundation. The source identifies 3 essential pillars. First, you need moral leadership, people with integrity to keep things honest. Second, you need strong, efficient administration to actually get things done right. And third, and this is a big one, you need everyone to be on board, to really understand and want the benefits of the system.
And this isn't just about one little part of the economy. The vision is huge. It covers the whole shebang. You've got producer co-ops for farming and making things, consumer co-ops to distribute everything fairly, and service co-ops for stuff like banking and healthcare.
Okay, that's the big picture theory. But what does it look like in the real world, on the ground? Let's get practical and see how this would actually work, starting with the one thing we all depend on: agriculture. The problem often starts with the land itself. You have all these small, separate farms trying to make it on their own, and frankly, it's just not very efficient. It leaves individual farmers in a really tough spot, often forced to sell their crops for way less than they're worth or even lose their land.
Now, the solution here isn't some kind of sudden takeover. It's a careful, step-by-step process. It starts by helping the most vulnerable farms join a cooperative. Then, everyone else is invited to join in. The end goal is a system where land is managed for the good of everyone, moving at a pace that people are comfortable with.
And for the farmers? This would be a total game changer. Imagine getting a steady paycheck plus a share of the profits. You're not forced into selling cheap right after harvest. The co-op waits for the best prices. The middlemen are cut out of the picture entirely. The whole system is designed to give farmers real financial security. And what about the profits? Well, they're not just handed out and forgotten. They're managed really smartly. Sure, a part goes back to the members, but a lot gets reinvested into better tractors, into research. They build up capital and save for a rainy day. It's all about building something that lasts.
Okay, so that's farming. But the same logic gets applied to industry too. The source uses the example of building a car, but it's probably not how you're picturing it. Instead of one single massive factory, imagine a whole network. You've got small, local co-ops, these satellites, making all the different parts. One group makes tires, another makes the seats, maybe even run by families right in their community. Then, all those parts get sent to a larger co-op for final assembly. This keeps jobs local,
and makes the whole thing more efficient, which means a better, more affordable car for you.
So we've grown the food and we've built the stuff. Now, how do people actually get it? This is the final crucial piece of the puzzle. The consumer cooperatives. They close the loop, buying directly from the farmers and the producers.
And the impact of this is absolutely huge. When you create that direct pipeline for essentials like food and clothes, poof, the middleman is gone. No more people hoarding supplies to artificially jack up the prices. It means a stable supply of what you need at a fair price, and the money stays right there in the community where it belongs.
So let's just step back for a second. What does this all add up to? The idea here is that a change this big doesn't just change how we shop. It would spark a deep, profound transformation of our entire society. What's this number? 0. In this system, that's the target unemployment rate. Because with local agriculture thriving and industry spread out in communities, the goal is to have meaningful work for every single person, right where they live.
And this is the ultimate vision, isn't it? It's a society where everyone's basic needs are guaranteed. A world where you don't have to leave your home and family just to find a good job. Where science is used for the good of all, leading to progress that isn't just about money, but about our well-being, materially, mentally, and even spiritually.
The source material sums up this whole optimistic vision with this incredible thought. The cooperative system is the best representation of the sweet nectar of humanity. It really reframes the whole conversation. It suggests our ability to work together isn't a vulnerability, it's our greatest superpower.
And so, that leaves us with a pretty powerful question to chew on. It's a bold vision for sure. It challenges so many assumptions we have about how the world is supposed to work. But it asks us to imagine, what if? What could be possible if we actually decided to build our society around our shared humanity?